In a brand new era for TNA, what better way to showcase your women by having a man win the women's match at TNA? Hard to Kill 2024. What a way to usher in a brand new return to the old name.
Never mind the Ultimate X, never mind the X's. We need to be looking at the XY chromosomes here. But anyway, Giselle Shaw wins at Hard to Kill. I guess it's Hard to Kill TNA. It's the company that will never die. Although with decisions like this, maybe it deserves to die.
It does maybe deserve to die, but I pretty much think this is Scott D'Amore saying, I'm in charge here.
Yeah, my wife is gonna...
My husband slash wife slash whatever you want to call her.
Significant other is... my species is going to win the Ultimate X match. And you know what? Considering there was a bunch of women in the match, it wasn't bad, but I feel like this is set up for disaster.
Yeah, Giselle Shaw winning the... I mean, what does this mean? No, does this mean she gets like a world title shot? Or does TNA have like a mid-table title or mid-card title for the women?
No, one title.
Is there? Alright, one title. I'm
one title, two genders.
That's pretty much it. Is that where we're wrapping this up for Giselle Shaw?
No, I mean, the match was alright, but it was like you could clearly tell that they weren't really that... Physically, they weren't that strong. I mean, none of them were really... Every time they were going across the wires, they had to like hold on with their legs and shit, man. And
I was for dear life.
I mean, we've seen... It's probably the worst Ultimate X match I've seen. But considering how dangerous...
Considering I haven't watched TNA in about 10 years, I mean, it probably has been ones that have been worse.
Yeah, considering how messed up and considering how like botch fest this match can be, then you know what? It actually wasn't that bad. At least the X didn't fall down multiple times and they had to get officials come out with ladders to put it back up. I mean, that's pretty bad.
That is pretty bad.
But anyway, what's Fandango doing in the Impact Zone?
Dirty Dango.
Yeah, we're going to see. Anyway, Giselle Shaw wins. Good for her.
It was nearly a KO for PCO at Hard to Kill.
A PCO, somersault, moonsault, broken neck KO. He somehow survived. This guy might be 56, but you know what? Absolute fair play to him. Moonsault, swanton bombs, moving better than Jeff Hardy is in 2024. Probably done a wee bit less drugs than Jeff though, so I'll give him some credit there. We got Jake something. What a shite name. How can your second name be something? They keep referring to him as something, and I'm thinking that they're just forgetting what they're talking about there, but they're actually referring to an individual. With Rhino, who, I mean, looks okay, but moves like a big bag of shite, unfortunately.
With Vladimir Kozlov.
We didn't have Vladimir Kozlov.
It is him.
We did have Dirty Dango, Fandango, without his dancing gimmick. Down, out. Down, 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 out. Santino came out after like the minute into the match, so PCO got awarded the win via disqualification. He almost broke his neck here. He went for like a moonsault. The guy in the white stopped him and he just falls off the top rope, lands on top of his head. I thought he was dead. Santino, instead of coming out though and sending the doctors to the ring like WWE would, he didn't bring an X out. He was like, Scott, fuck that, our X is already gone. That man won it earlier. What we're going to do is we're going to make it a 6-man tag. There was no Giselle Shaw in sight, and what he did do was send out Jake something. But I mean, Santino came out and the guy's
a draw.
He's got something. He does.
He's got that
right?
aura of
Santino. See when Santino speaks, you listen to what he's saying.
I did. Then he said Jake something, and I sunned out. Jake something came out. We had a 3-on-3 match. I'm not going to lie, it was pretty bad, wasn't it? So
it was entertaining. Well, I mean, you were glued to Twitter for the majority of the time, so
no, but it's a clusterfuck.
It was alright. I've seen worse.
What? You
Here, give me this 6-man tag over any 6-man tag in AEW.
Aye, but see on SmackDown, you didn't even know the opening segment existed. At least I knew this match happened, didn't I? Exactly. PCO, your ass on out of here. Jobby no.
The Key are back in TNA and it was absolutely rotten. Welcome to Fog Wrestling.
And we are decaying in front of our very eyes here.
Aye, we're rotting away here. There's not much left to us. We're having to watch TNA Hard to Kill. And the third match of the night is actually a second women's match. We had the tag team knockout champions, Killer Kelly and Misha Slamovich, I believe her name is called, And who were they defending the belts tonight? Well, we don't know. It's a surprise, but that surprise is over with now because we found that it was Decay. Decay came back, and for some reason, you have Rosemary, who looks uglier than ever, shorter hair than ever, more just a more feminine version, not a feminist version of her than ever. And is she with Crazy Steve? No. Is she with Abyss? No. She's with some big fat fucking dyke called Havoc. And this isn't a Decay. I know. This just does not work for me. It's like bringing it two guys I've never heard of and claiming it's DX. It just doesn't work. I'm not saying Decay was the greatest thing ever, but I know Abyss and I know Crazy Steve. I don't know, and I know Rosemary to an extent, but I just don't know who this Havoc person is. I don't know why she's here. But anyway, they win. Havoc looks fat as fuck. The whole women's the TNA have the ugliest women's division by far
Ever seen.
It's just a bunch of fat, feminist, ugly-looking dykes. That's it. And now they're the new tag team champs. They come in and they win, and that's it. I mean, Decay's got a decent wee theme song going, but as soon as the entrance was over, and what I liked is, with the entrance, the lights were off, so I couldn't really see how ugly Havoc was. But then when the lights came on, you're like, oh, wait.
When the lights go out.
She was actually a fat fuck. So, yeah, there you go. New Knockouts champions, guys. Yeah, so TNA hard to kill. It's hard to watch, more like, but fuck it. We're watching it.
It's hard to watch, buddies. Josh Alexander sucks with his wee headphones, getting his arm raised here by a woman stuck in a time capsule from the 70s, but Hammerstone, Hammer Thrower, big 260 pounder, was screwed. Some good selling in this match. This is a real match, not the jobber triple threat before.
Aye, two big guys going at it, two big, what is it?
Behemoths.
Two big meaty men, as Big E would call them.
In a Tupperware box.
So with Josh Alexander, the walking weapon, I don't like his headgear. I don't know why he needs to wear this, but...
the walking moonbeam.
The walking moonbeam defeats Alex Warhammer, some roided up guy who I thought was going to be absolutely shite, and it turns out he was actually pretty damn good, so I would have gave the win to Alex Warhammer, why not, or Warstein, or whatever he calls himself these days. What really bothered me was this female referee. Like, not only does she look like she's from, 1960 or 1970, but she's got the whole Aubrey Edwards stance, where she stands with her legs apart and she tries to make the whole match a bit hard. And it's also we've got two guys here that must be weighing in close to a combined, maybe 500 pounds, if not more than that.
Yep.
Why are we supposed to believe that some woman referee should be in the middle of this? Surely a big match like this, there should be a big referee in there.
What's that happening when you need
a referee that commands respect? She looks like she should be serving in a diner in Stranger Things season 5. I didn't quite get it. Alex Warhammer, or Alex Warstein, whatever he's called, hit all his big moves, but it wasn't enough. It was the walking weapon with his biggest weapon of all. Hooked pile driver. 1, 2, 3. Good night.
Some good psychology, though. Good storytelling. No, I say storytelling. It was good psychology. That he worked the leg. Good, I think. Big Josh Alexander.
He did. Big. It just felt important. I actually cared who won this match for the first time tonight.
Match of the night.
Definitely. Match
Easy
of the night.
peasy. Lemon squeezy. Chris Sabin has held every form of the X Division title in every single design, and tonight he beat a jobber from Japan and a child from Mexico.
Mexico, how did he get over the border and say, well, I don't know, send him back? At least all three guys are going home safe and not with broken necks. I mean, that's the most positive thing I think I can say about this match. Fast-paced, some big moves, but just zero selling. And this is what kills wrestling. This is why I never really liked the X Division. Felt like there was a few good people in the X Division and everyone else was fucking jobbers. And the good people that were in the X Division, they got elevated to main event status and never returned. You look at cruiserweight action and it's just way better done than this.
No, it is, but you look at this match, my problem is the choreograph is just awful. You've got them lining up in the corner to do spots and waiting on the guy in front of him to move. It's like there's only
Is it
three of
my
you.
turn yet?
There's like but there's like three of them in the match. I can almost accept this in a rumble or something. But there's three is in a match. How do you end up having a queue like you're waiting to get your fucking McDonald's?
There's just no selling. It's move after move after move after move.
No, yeah, it literally is. And Chris Sabin had to be the only winner. It's his day 124 of his 10th title reign, and he's held every belt design. I mean, is that really a flex?
This guy's held the world title in TNA. Shouldn't that be a bigger talking point? But no, he's held every fucking design of some shitey flyweight mid-card belt. I mean, come on. Who cares?
I mean, we don't know how many designs the X Division titles had, but I'm going to say it's had probably quite a few.
Yeah, like, who cares? I'd be like saying R-Truth has held every version of the 24/7 title, but they miss it the fact the guy's like a 10-time world champ, you know? They just wouldn't do that.
Yeah, it's like Ric Flair, though. He's held he's a 16-time world champion, but he's no won this century. Does that matter? These fucking statistics do not matter a bit, but the match, like you said, it was flippy dippy. Chris Sabin wins because
Dippy, flippy flop. I mean, it's something that you'd expect to see for the Young Bucks.
But it's alright, guys. We're safe because Scott D'Amore has announced a partnership with AAA. Thoughts on that? Because we didn't get to address that.
I'm sure that's going to help TNA go forward, you know, bringing in unknown guys that have never drawn a dime that can't speak English for Mexico. That's going to save TNA for sure.
Yeah.
That's a game changer.
And the fact is, you'll have people be like, we don't want to associate with WWE. Why is AJ Styles and Triple H and CM Punk here? But they'll lap up AAA like it's the greatest.
I wish they were here.
Aye, you wish they were here, don't you? Look at this fucking goofball with his ear defenders in. Josh Alexander. Is that his name?
Just a Kurt Angle wannabe.
Is that his name?
Aye.
He's a fucking bum. Anyway, moving on. Easy as 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. This show's pish.
Come and see me. The Dirty Rascals weren't victorious tonight. It was the Bullet Club. Bang, bang. Bullet Club for life. And I don't even know how these two guys are in the Bullet Club. I couldn't tell you who's in it, but I didn't think these two were in it. Two fucking bums. ABC. What does it literally stand for? I have no idea, honestly. But they come out with a Bullet Club theme song, but they had some like rainbow fucking Titantron. It was like, what the heck is this? It's a Baby Club. Baby Club. It was literally called. This is like Adam Cole's fucking version. I just did not get this. So, yeah. They come out. By the way, Dana Brooke's in TNA. If anyone cares, I certainly do not.
That's Dana Brooke.
Yep. So we get the match. We had the grizzled young vets who are not really young anymore, but I don't know. They're in this match. With goofball Mike Bailey teaming up with another fucking Mexican Arriba, another guy from probably AAA that ain't gonna do anything. And then it's like, you know, the Bullet Club people did nothing in this match, alright? I swear to God, they actually just like stood on the outside and did nothing for the duration of this match, but they won. It was so weird. I thought the Rascals were going to win.
Not as weird as the referee, because he looked absolutely off his tits, may I add, but...
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we talk about ABC. I don't know what kind of chromosomes he had. Like, maybe chromosomes. Chromosomes not that thing that Jack and Victor fucking put their money into.
Chromatron.
Cool. Anyway, whatever. Like, I didn't like it. Still, match of the night for me is Alex Warstein versus Josh Alexander.
Fuck. It's Hammerstone.
Well, same shit.
No, I think TNA needs to do a bit more to push the envelope here.
Yeah,
you can't whip out Dana Brooke and call her by a different... I didn't even know it was her. It looked like some plastic fucking...
Well, if it looks plastic, it's her. That's what I'm going to say.
No, but what's TNA doing tonight? You can't just whip out Rhino with the third different spelling of him this fucking century. I mean, come on.
They need fucking RVD. And you know what? If fly Dolph Ziggler back into the country, and Sasha Banks is in the US, so why not bring her in? And
where's Dolph Ziggler?
Japan.
Is he not allowed in the company? Or the country?
He's too busy in Japan, I think. But point is, look, I think TNA, we were told they were going to make big signings. Apparently, they'd left a lot of money in the war kitty, like Celtic. But they don't have any child shit to pay out on, so I don't know why they're keeping the money. They need to spend it. If you didn't get the Celtic joke, then where you been? Check out Fog Football. But the point is, right, if TNA have money, why are they holding on to it? They need to spend it. They need to get the big names in. Albeit there's not many big names left in wrestling. But fuck it. I would learn. Goldberg's a Jew. He'd take any money. Just throw him a couple of dollars and I'm sure he'd be happy to come in. Hard to kill. You haven't been in the ring with Bill Goldberg. He'll fucking kill you. Just ask Bret Hart. Took his career right at the game.
I think Bret's an anti-Semite.
Yeah, he might be.
Damn
Bret
it.
Hart? I'd pay to watch Bret Hart versus the chair for WrestleMania 26 tonight.
Versus the chair.
I know, he sits on it, 1, 2, 3.
First to sit
1,
down.
2, 3. Easy as
Steven
ABC.
Seagal versus Bret Hart. First to sit down loses.
Musical
Seagal
chairs.
starts sitting down.
Musical chairs. Anyway, yeah, Josh Alexander's wife, by the way, got employed as the ring announcer, if anyone cares. Is what it is.
Really? So he
Jordan, we've got the dodgy referee back. Jordan Grace has got a trophy that is fucking bigger than her. It actually looks weird, the fact she's carrying this massive thing around. But yeah, she used to bash Benoit, and I guess we'll find it tonight. If Trinity's a big Benoit fan, maybe she'll bash her back.
Maybe David Benoit's back for some revenge. We'll have to see, guys. But anyway, till next time. Peace.
The streak is over.
Trinity tastes defeat for the first time in TNA, but don't worry, I'm sure she'll be tasting some WWE money in the near future. We know their contract is about to expire, and it looks like she is out the door, handing back this crappy Knockouts title and going back to the major leagues. But let's talk a little bit about TNA. Let's talk a little bit about Hard to Kill. So Trinity losing her first ever match in TNA, loses to Jordan Grace, and we had this big news signing. Dana Brooke is in the Impact Zone. Even though it's not the Impact Zone anymore, I'm going to call it the Impact Zone. For me, it will always be the Impact Zone, no matter where TNA go. I mean, they could like headline Madison Square Garden, and it's still going to be the Impact Zone to me. So Dana Brooke debuts called Ash, and she's with some like butler kind of character. And she was just, she had the Tony Storm look going about her. And I've seen everyone calling her out, saying, this is a rip-off of TNA's version of Tony Storm. Mom, we have Tony Storm at home. And she does look incredibly like Tony Storm here. Don't quite understand what they're going for. But it would appear this is like a one in, one out kind of deal. It's TNA know that Trinity's leaving. So now they're getting Dana Brooke in to replace her. And it's like, Trinity's not even that fucking good. I mean, they're treating Trinity as if she is The Rock, as if she's a Hulk Hogan type star.
I need to pause you there. Alex Shelley's the third longest TNA world champion we are in.
Aye.
That is petrifying, right? But let's not kid ourselves. Dana Brooke in for Trinity. You made it as if it's like honours even. No. Dana Brooke fucking sucks. And that's where I'm going to leave this video. Trinity.
What about the match?
I thought the
What about
match was
Jordan?
alright,
What
but
about Jordan?
I don't think the commentators did a very good job. I mean, this is her first ever defeat. Title reign's over after a few years, and Tom Phillips just sits there with Aiden English's fist up his ass.
I don't like Jordan Grace, right? First of all, she outed some guy because he fucking sent her a DM. Even though she's got OnlyFans, then she basically says, oh, it's disgusting. These men, like, sending me DMs. Like, well, hold on here. You fucking got OnlyFans. What do you
You're
expect?
disgusting, you fat midget bastard.
Oh, she's not fat, but she's way bulky and powerful and shit.
Oh,
like
well,
that,
you
and I don't
bashed
like it.
Benoit.
And then she bashed Benoit, like, without really knowing the facts, and she kind of bottled it after Chavo Guerrero put her in her place, so I don't know. I don't like Jordan Grace, but this is the new era.
Chavo Guerrero's text messages on a pole match, right? It's late here in the UK, but yeah, I think it just felt a bit flat for me. I mean, in terms of the TNA women division, this is probably the biggest thing they've done in years. I mean, this streak ending here, it just didn't feel anything.
Nah, I didn't feel...
Like it's like Undertaker's streak ending, right? I know it's a bit different, but let's just say Roman Reigns' streak ends, and it pans to some jobber they've signed in the crowd. Let's make no mistake, fucking Dana Brooke's a bum. Yeah, she's in WWE, but she's not even a mid-carder in WWE. 24/7 title merchant.
I think it would be a sad sign if TNA actually start treating her like a main event player when she was nothing but a jobber, nothing but a 24/7 mid-carder.
Well, if Alex Shelley can have better reigns than Kurt Angle and Sting, etc., I think anything's possible. I mean, what's his wee entourage here? And I say wee entourage, I mean it literally. I mean, what is going on here? Oh, it's Chris Sabin.
Kushida.
Anyway, guys, this is Shita. What is Ziggler, Dolph, Nemeth, Nick doing in the Impact Zone? Is he in the Impact pay-per-view? See, pick up Uplink Truck 4? No, cuz he's here. 10 years past the sell-by date. I mean, I don't mind Dolph Ziggler. I'm not going to lie and say he's like the biggest jobber out, but I mean, it's 2024. Come on. Come on, TNA.
Maybe 10 years ago this would have been a big move. Signing, but I mean, this guy's been doing the equivalent of hee-haw for the past 10 years.
We also have to remind ourselves that, I mean, he's not called Dolph Ziggler. And it's like Edge. See, when they're not called, like, their actual name, like Adam Copeland's Pish.
This would be like The Undertaker going to TNA and having to be calling himself Mark Calloway or Booger Red, you know? It's like, what the fuck? Don't get me wrong, I'm sure TNA would be happy and they'd take it, but it's just not...
Him up and
it's not the same, like, you know what I mean?
No, it's not. But let's talk about the match. So with Alex Shelley taking on Moose. Alex Shelley dominates, then Moose comes out with a spear, and I'm about to put up the noose. I don't mind Moose. I don't like Alex Shelley, but Moose was selling like a champ for no reason.
I think my favourite version of Alex Shelley when he was doing Jeff Jarrett's dirty work.
With a camera?
That's at Showtime.
You're dirty work.
Showtime.
I don't
Stalking Sting and his family. I don't know. I think that kind of worked for Alex Shelley. I don't buy Alex Shelley as a world champion, especially when he's taking on Moose. Look at the size difference. And for some reason, Alex Shelley was working this match as if he was like the bigger guy, hitting fucking massive clotheslines on Moose. And I'm thinking, what the hell? Here, hold on. Should not be Moose that's taking Shelley's head clean off his shoulders.
Racing or ping pong, my friends, but spear out of nowhere.
Abrupt ending. Spear, 1, 2, 3, new champione. It's like, what the heck happened here? And then, does Moose get his big moment? Does he get to celebrate? No, because some music plays, the music sucks, so we don't know who it is, but then the name Nick Nemeth appears, and 90% of us still don't know who it is. But I guess if you're a wrestling fan, then you probably do know it's Dolph Ziggler. Then we've got Moose's crew, who are standing on top of the Titantron or the ramp, and they're waiting for Nick Nemeth to come. I mean, why the fuck do they care?
Yeah.
But then Nick Nemeth comes from behind, and he...
From behind!
It's 4 a.m, guys, cut me some slack. And then he attacks Moose.
Tell you, when was the last time you stayed up and watched TNA at 4 a.m?
Holy fuck, it's been a long, long time. I mean, I'm talking probably...
I don't even know if I've ever done it.
Ooh,
this could be a 24-year first.
I'd say we're going close to 15 years, like.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Not far from it, like. Anyway, back to
do you regret it?
A wee bit. Dolph Ziggler takes out Moose, and then he runs into the crowd before Moose's system gang can make the save, and the commentary team are like, Nick Nemeth!
He's here, he's in the Impact Zone!
And then the pay-per-view just abruptly ends. And that was it, and I'm thinking, hold on here, really?
Yo, right, I appreciate TNA changing the name and trying to make this feel like a big deal. But this pay-per-view just kind of fell flat to me. You can change all the titles you want in the world, right? You can bring out a few ex-WWE people. But did this cross the line in your book?
Well, I mean, I've got to look at it from a non-biased perspective. Had they not did the name change and had this still been called Impact Wrestling, what would I have thought of the pay-per-view? I would have thought it fucking sucked. Never mind being hard to kill. I would have said it was hard to watch. So therefore... I'm not going to just simp out and pretend it was epic and amazing and awesome like a Trev's Chantu.
Yeah, but I think the name change puts a bit more extra pressure on TNA. I don't think it gives them more leeway. I'm not going to pretend because they changed the name it's fucking epic. I think, if anything, that makes them having to put on a better show a must.
There was expectations, I think, with the name change, and it didn't really happen. We got Dana Brooke and Dolph Ziggler. That was the two big signings that we got. If that is enough to excite you, then congratulations.
I get it, right? Maybe they want to leave some people in the past, like who've buried the company. But why not reach out to people, man? Look, like, why not? Like, look at Steiner. I've seen all his clips going viral again today on Twitter. You've got Bischoff. People, I get it.
Well,
maybe,
Bischoff's sort of a no-go, like, I mean, that's not going to happen.
Right, my point is, I think there's a big history of people in TNA that would come back for this show. I'm sorry,
I think,
signing an agreement with AAA is a triple dose of shite in my eyes.
I think they should be looking at the Hardys back.
Yep.
Matt Hardy's best. Some of Matt Hardy's best work was in TNA. You could also say the same for Jeff. They clearly don't have it anymore, right? They clearly are not at the level they used to be. Their performances, their days of putting in, great performances and getting over for their in-ring ability, those days are done. So therefore, I think it makes perfect sense if they could return to TNA, do the broken shit, and do cinematic matches. I think that would work for the Hardy Boys. I mean, Matt is content kissing Tony Khan's ass and taking the money. Jeff seemed to have a little bit of a meltdown the other day when
the supply must be drying up.
And to be honest, I think Matt Hardy also criticised it a couple weeks ago and he deleted tweets too. So, look, maybe the Hardy Boys are sick of having to share their drugs and their meth with Tony Khan. Maybe they want to keep it for themselves and they're sick of Tony Khan.
Maybe on Rampage it's just not much supply for them.
I think they need a big name. I mean, you reach out to the Hardys. Look at RBD. Guy's in fucking great shape. Get him back, and then maybe we can talk about a revival. But right now, this is just a name change.
No, if they were going to do anything big, it would have been tonight. I'm not saying nothing can't happen in the upcoming weeks and months of TNA, but realistically, they've been hyping this up for months.
It's a name change with a couple of WWE bums, and I'm sorry, that's all Dolph Ziggler is, until he proves me wrong.
Yeah, what TNA needed tonight was like Edge. They needed someone like Edge's level. Dolph Ziggler's not it. He's just mid-card at best. He's not going to get people to tune in.
I guarantee he'll be main event in TNA, like.
No, I can guarantee you that, like, but...
Moose's title reign's going to last till Thursday, fuck's sake.
And I'll be there to watch it. Until next time. I'm lying. Tell me when I'm telling lies. Fucking right now. I won't be there. Woo!